What up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're gonna be discussing a little mind trick, a little hack that I've developed over the years to pretty much never be disappointed. Because obviously, nobody wants to feel disappointed. That's a negative emotion, in my opinion, right? So the more that we can avoid it, the better we can keep our mood, which means we can perform better, we have better energy, better positivity, etc. So it's pretty simple. But one thing that you need to be careful of is that getting your hopes up happens on a subconscious level. I could sit here and I could say, hey, just don't get your hopes up. And you'd be like, okay, well, I've heard that before. That's nothing new. But the thing is, getting your hopes up happens on a subconscious level. You don't even really realize that it's happening. And by doing so, you can easily lead yourself into a situation where you do something and your expectations are not met. Your hopes were too high and therefore you're disappointed, right? Because when you get your hopes up, you don't say, it's not intentional, it's not conscious, it's not, oh yeah, I'm gonna go do this thing. Let me get my hopes up. Let me get all excited for no reason. It just happens. You hear about an event, you get invited to a party, something's going on, and I've done this a million times. Subconsciously, you're excited. You're like, oh, it's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be so sick. Oh, this is gonna happen. You start playing through all these positive scenarios in your head. Hopefully, I mean, that's better than playing through all these horrible negative emotions and things that could happen. But you start playing it up and thinking, oh, what about this? And you start thinking about it. And the thing is, most of the time, your brain is gonna cook up some sort of story or imagination or what if scenario that's better in your head, better than it could possibly be for the most part. Obviously there are outliers where you're pleasantly surprised, but for the most part. So what I started to do recently is I started to just stay super even keel, almost stoic about whatever is gonna happen, about my expectations, about something that's gonna be going on. And that has helped me so much because I'm not disappointed. If I go and do something, right? I'm gonna go do something. Instead of allowing that subconscious part of me to just get excited and start playing through all these happy scenarios and oh, it's gonna be so awesome and blah, blah, blah. I'm just kind of you know what? Actually, wait, let's pause for a second. It could be shit. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I haven't done it before. It could actually be shit. It could not be fun. It could whatever. You know what? It probably won't be. And I say that there's a very fine line here. Don't mistake this for negativity. We're not throwing negativity out there. It's different. It's a different sort of energy. I'm not saying, woe is me, this is gonna suck, why would I even go, it's probably gonna be terrible. I'm not gonna put that into the world. But what I am gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of throw out this lower expectation of just you know what? If it's awesome, cool. I'll experience the awesomeness while I'm doing the thing, and it's awesome. But I'm just gonna kind of expect, I'm just gonna say, hey, I'm gonna put the bar on the floor for whatever this thing, this event, this party, this thing in the future that's gonna happen. And if it happens to be amazing, awesome. I'm gonna be pleasantly surprised. And the amount of times that I go do something and I keep my expectations low and then it's actually not that sick, it's actually not that fun, it's actually not that impactful, then I'm just I feel way better afterwards because I'm just oh, okay, that's kind of what I expected. That wasn't that great. At least I didn't get my hopes up, because then I would have been really feeling like shit right now, or then I really would have been disappointed. And then when things are way better, because again, when you're putting the bar on the floor, when you're setting your expectations low, that leaves a lot of margin, a large gap of where you could be pleasantly surprised. Because if you set your expectations of this is gonna kind of suck or this probably won't be that great, and then it's just average, now you're above your expectation. You're getting a more positive emotion than what you were expecting. And then if it's actually awesome, now look how large that gap is between what you were expecting and what the actual experience was. And I think there's that saying that's under promise and over deliver. It's kind of the same thing, except for you're regulating those expectations and promises within yourself and within your own brain, which I find can be super helpful. And in the same way as under promise and over deliver, which is going to lead to someone that you make a promise to or whatever feeling overwhelmingly happy or appreciative or whatever, when you do this to your own experiences and something really good happens when your expectation was down here, like, you're gonna feel fucking great, obviously. So that's good. The last kind of point that I wanted to make is just like, I'm saying in general, again, we don't want to get this confused with negativity. In general, positivity is awesome, but it can be dangerous when you mix positivity with like expectations, because nobody wants to be in the point where you like have super, super high expectations and then they're just not met. You'd probably rather have the other way around, like we've been describing. So that is the end of the video today. It is a short video for you. And what do you guys think of my new place? I just moved into a new place. You got a new little background. Not sure the lighting is as good here, but you know, we're gonna rock with it, and we're gonna keep firing some new videos. We just started brand new on this channel. Just started a brand new channel. I had a channel that like blew up from YouTube Shorts, but I felt like there was no audience. There was like nobody watching. Nobody was like a devout follower. I didn't really have any like true fans in my opinion. So I am starting from scratch. Videos only, long form, no short form on this channel. Thanks for so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Cheers.